The idea here is stretch a hamstring, taking your time with it, and then your eyes are gonna follow. Your eyes are gonna follow where your hand takes you. And that's gonna be more of a T-spine opener there. So Mike will just do one more rep here. 8 o'clock in the morning, I know it's early, so we wanna make sure we're loosening up these joints. These are the dedicated quarantine fit, my fit friends.
Go ahead and switch?
Yep, last one there, and then we're gonna switch. So Mike's gonna rock. He's now on his left knee, stretching out that hamstring, rocking forward, and then rotate towards the ceiling, opening up that mid-back. Again, we'll go 4 or 5 repetitions, and then we're gonna dive in and we'll do some core activation. So often when I'm doing any type of lift, so at home you guys can do this, or any type of lift when you come to the gym, it's some type of mobility exercise that pertains to the lift that we're doing. Well, today's gonna be a full body exercise, so really any type of joint, if you're opening up that joint, that's gonna be a good thing. So your knees, your hips, your ankles, and your back are all good spots to start. This one here, we get majority of your mid-back, and then we're also getting some hamstrings. So we'll go one more here, Mike.
Okay. Feels good.
There you go. Wake him up. Right on. So last one there. We're gonna drop down. So now we're gonna do some core activation. When we think of core, we think of not just our abs. We're gonna think of a 360 degrees. So my belly, my back, and then my obliques are all part of that, and we're working really from our waist all the way to our chin. So let's go ahead and start bows and toes. We're gonna do a bows and toes plank. Mike and I are gonna demonstrate here, so go ahead and drop down into a strict bows and toes plank. So right now Mike is level here at his shoulders, his hips, and his knees. If this ends up being too much, actually a high plank tends to be a little bit easier to hold yourself in. And even still, if that's too much, we can drop down to our knees. But I'd like for you to first attempt to see if you can do what Mike's doing here. So hang out and hold.
Let me turn this side.
Not yet.
Okay.
Hang out and hold. I've got your time. We're just gonna go another 20 seconds. And like I said, we're doing a 360 degree core exercise, or core warm up, core activation. So after we get our RA, our rectus abdominis, we're gonna hit our obliques. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Mike's gonna rotate 90 degrees onto his left elbow. Yep. And we're gonna do a side plank. So here's our strict side plank. His hips are high again. His shoulders, his hips, and his knees are in a straight line. We can modify. You guys can see me here. My knee, my right knee, can drop to the ground, and I can throw my feet back behind me and pop up into this side plank here. So that would be a good modification. If you can do what Mike's doing, great. And actually that modification for me personally, I feel more engagement in that oblique. So I often will do that regardless if I can do this or not. So I encourage you to try both. Let's hang out here for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. You're gonna switch sides. So he was just on his left elbow. We're gonna switch, we're gonna go to our right elbow. Same thing, we're staying high. His hips are high off the ground. If we get tired, commonly we'll start to sink those hips. Throw those hips up as high as you can. You'll feel those obliques working. Hang out here for another 10 seconds. Actively squeeze. Your mind tells your muscle to squeeze. You're talking to what muscle is supposed to be working, often that thing gets activated a little bit better. So we'll go 3 seconds, 2, 1. The last one here, he's gonna go on his back side. He's laying on his back. He's in the prone, the supinated position. His feet are flat on the ground. His knees are bent. And he's gonna draw his hips up into a bridge. He's gonna hang out and hold. So now we're working the lower portion of our back. Like I said, today is going to be a full body movement, so we want to make sure all 360 degrees are warmed up. These are your rectors back here. We're making sure they're fired up. So Mike is actively squeezing his upper butt and his lower back. Pinching, pinching, pinching. We'll hang out here another 10 seconds, and then we're going to start rolling. Let's go 3, 2, 1. and good. I've got your time here. So today is gonna be 60 seconds for the first round, and then we'll drop down, we'll go 30 seconds, and then we'll drop to 15. So when I say 60 seconds, we're actively moving for all 60 seconds, and then we'll move on to a different exercise. So the first one here is gonna be an alternating single leg RDL. So it's all pull movements, and pull movements can be kind of difficult if you're doing just body weight at home. Push movements like push-ups and squats tend to be a little bit easier to think of, but the pull movements, especially for your upper body, tend to be a little bit tougher. So we're gonna go through those first, a little bit slower, and then we'll dive in to some active. So the first one here, we're gonna stand up. Go ahead and stand up for Mike. He's gonna be right behind this mat. Hopefully you can see us. I think I can see it. You stand right here. He's gonna demonstrate on his left leg. He's going to reach. He's gonna hold, and then he's gonna come back to neutral. Then his right leg is gonna be on the ground. He's going to reach. He's gonna hold and come back to neutral. We'll go ahead and practice 1 or 2 of those reps because this can be a difficult movement. I wanna see one from Mike. He's gonna reach, hold, and reset opposite leg. Reach, you're good, reset, hold, and repeat. I've got your time here. We'll go 60 seconds. This is slow, controlled movements for right now. And then, like I said, we'll crank it up a little bit here shortly. But what we're working on right now, he's lengthening out his hamstring, and even though we don't have any weight, that eccentric load is good, is a good thing for muscle growth specifically. If at any point you feel like it's hard to balance on one leg, you can drag a bench or a box, and if my left leg is on the ground, I can reach and reset. And you can just do a couple reps on that left or right side, and then you can switch to the other side of the box and do a couple reps here and repeat. Feel the back of your legs lengthen. Those are your hamstrings lengthening, and then actively squeeze it with your butt and those hamstrings as well. We'll go 5 seconds here and then go find your ground. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Thank you, Mike. Let's drop him down. He's gonna be in the prone position here. We're doing a Superman. So he's on his belly. What Mike's gonna do is extend his arms straight up, and again, actively squeezing his upper butt and his lower back. We're gonna come up, you're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna work back down. We'll go for 60 seconds, and you're on. I got your time here. Coming up, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Good. So his goal here again is squeezing his upper butt and his lower back, thinking about balancing on his belly button. That's the only thing he wants to try to balance on that mat there, is just his belly button. So get his hands and his feet as high as he can get them. We'll go 30 seconds. Again, mind-body connection, so important. Actively squeezing as he's coming up into that Superman. 20 seconds. We can start talking about breath now. He's taking his big breath in, he's braced, he's squeezing, and after 3, 2, 1, he lets down, he lets that breath out. Coming back up, breath in, squeeze, 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 and then back down, exhale, reset, repeat. Last one here. And good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna crank it up just a little bit. We got mountain climbers, so we're staying in a high plank position. And these are gonna be rapid fire. So Mike is gonna go right knee, left knee, fast-paced mountain climbers, as many as he can for a full 60 seconds. I'll show you a couple different moves after this. 3, 2, 1, you're on. 60 seconds forwards and backwards. So Mike is keeping that pace for a full 60. If this ends up being too much or we get tired, slow the movement down. Right knee, left knee. And if that becomes too tough, then we can reset. Do 1 or 2, reset, and repeat. So not only is he hitting his TVA, which is transverse abdominis, and his rectus, but his chest is involved, his shoulders involved, as yours is too right now. So we'll go 20 more seconds. Rapid fire, up and down for 15, 60 seconds is the longest you'll go here, and then we'll crank it back down to 30. Hang tough, 10 seconds. Hang in there, Mike, it's tough. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Rest, recover. We'll just go quick 15-second rest, recover, and then we're gonna transition back to those RDLs. So go ahead and pop up, shake yourself off, give yourself another 10 seconds, and we're gonna roll right back into it. So Mike's gonna be on his right leg, and we're gonna dive into those single leg RDLs. This time here, we're only gonna pause for a second, so we're just picking it up just a little bit. We'll go 3, 2, 1, you're on. I'm on my left leg, he's on his right leg, good. And we're just gonna hold for now, just a half second slower, or a half second less than what we did previously. As many as you can. I'm showing you the regressed version, Mike is showing you the progressed version. If you've got weight at home, we'll go 3, 2, 1, and good. Go ahead and switch legs. Oh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to be alternating. Were you alternating?
It's okay.
My fault. You guys are supposed to be alternating. And for those of you that didn't, we're gonna do one more set of 30 seconds here. So I was only on my left side, he was only on his right side. So we're gonna switch. We'll go to the left side, get you some bonus time here. 3, 2, 1, we're on 30 seconds here. Imagine this is some weight at home. You can take a milk jug or some water. And if you've got some weights at home, great. You can take this weight and you can work down. It's the same concept here. We just now have 5, 10, 15 pounds, depending upon what you have here. That would be the progressed version. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. We're back on the mat here. Back on the mat. Your belly's on it. Coming back up, same thing. We're just gonna hold for 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds this time. 3, 2, 1, you're up, hold, 2, back down. Coming up, hold, 2, back down. Good, his big breath is in. Hold, 2, and he exhales. 15 seconds. You're just sweating there.
Yeah.
We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a quick transition. We're back into those mountain climbers. So very limited rest here in a high plank position. 30 seconds worth. Mike is gonna go rapid fire. 3, 2, 1, you're on. Good, he's got full 30 seconds, knock it out. Again, if you need to, slow it down. I'm okay with you being mindful with your movements. Moving fast just to move fast is not really what I want to accomplish. Mike is in good condition, so he's able to pick up the pace a little bit. If you feel like you're there, then let's go ahead and crank it up. Push yourself a little bit. We got 10 seconds. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Transition. We just have 10-second transition now. We're at 15-second sets. And we're back to our RDLs.
Alternate.
So his right leg is going to stay on the ground the entire time. We're going to go for 30 seconds total. Right side is 15. 3, 2, 1, you're on. 15, you're going to hold for just a second, picking up the pace just a little bit. So again, I'm showing you the modified RDL. And if I had some weight, this would be the progressed single leg RDL. We'll go last one here and switch legs. 15 seconds. Good job, Mike. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back on the mat. Again, minimum rest in between each exercise. He's coming back up. 3, 2, 1. You got Superman's hold and down. Just 1 second hold. Coming up. Good squeeze and back down. Good. A little bit faster pace. Get our reps in. We only have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and good. That was our pulling movements. All body weight pulling movements. We're going to transition again. If you've got a mat, go ahead and use it. If you don't, no worries. Grab the ground. We're gonna do 2 minutes of abs. 2 minutes of abs. This is our is our intermission right here, and then we'll work to our push movements. So I've got the clock set for 30 seconds apiece. And what we're gonna start with are just small crunches. So my feet are gonna be flat. Mike and I are gonna do some crunches together. Feet are flat. My middle finger's over the top of my left one, my right one over my left one, and I'm just throwing my hands through, but I'm gonna hold for 2 seconds and then slowly work down for 2 seconds. It's just my upper back that's coming off this mat, and then feel each vertebrae work down towards the mat. We'll go 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, you're on. Throwing through and slow for 2. Throwing through and slow for 2. Keep on working, throwing through and slow for 2. Good squeeze and slow for 2. 15 seconds. You should feel upper portions of your belly catch fire here, especially after those mountain climbers. You guys are much tougher than I am. I'm giving you 2 reps and letting you do the rest of it. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and good. We've got penguins here. So my feet in the same position. Now my hands are flat on the ground, and I'm working to touch my pinky toe on my left leg and my right leg. The entire time my upper back is off the mat. 3, 2, 1, we're on. We're hitting obliques, so left side, right side. Mike is your pace boat. If you need to go a little bit slower, go a little bit slower. They're both gonna be good speeds here. Find what works best for you. Working right side, left side. Get your core fired up, 15 seconds. Again, trying to reach for that pinky toe as far as you can get it. A good squeeze in your left and right side. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and money. Rest, recover. My hands, we got 1 more minute. My hands are going under my butt if I need some support for my lower back. If I don't, then I can keep my back flat on the mat. What I'm gonna do here is bring my knees to my chest. Again, this is our TVA working. So my knees to my chest for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, we're on. Often I'll find clients that start to round this lower back. And if that's the case, you feel more in your lower back, then put your hands underneath your butt, and that'll give you a little extra support. Keep you from rounding, keeping it in your belly and not your back here. 15 seconds. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Rest, we're sitting up here. We're working right side, left side. You guys went dark on me. I'm gonna hit my screen here. Hang tight. There you are. So go ahead and sit on your butt. We're working right side, left side. We got Russian twists. Mike again is your pace boat. He's working right side, left side, touching the ground. We've got 30 seconds Russian twists. If we can, keep our feet off the ground. If we start getting tight in our hip flexors, then let's go ahead and put our feet on the ground, and you're gonna work right side, left side. If you have a weight near you, you can take that to make it a little bit more difficult. Working right side, left side. Again, if your feet can be off the ground, that's gonna get a little bit more core engagement. We'll go 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Rest, recover. 30 seconds is all you get. This is a muscular endurance test here. So we are testing you muscular endurance wise, not necessarily strength, which would be a little bit more rest in between each exercise. So 30 seconds, grab a drink if you need one. We're gonna move on to our push piece. All right. I've got a 45-pound plate. I don't expect you guys to have that at home. If you've got something anywhere between 10 and 45 pounds, then great, you can grab it. Otherwise, like I said, this is a body weight circuit here today. So Mike is gonna start with just a body weight squat. We are back to our 60 seconds, so I've got your time here. We'll go full 60 seconds. Your goal is to continue to move for all 60 seconds, no rest, no stopping. You ready? 3, 2, 1, you're on. Sitting knees and hips in line. Good full depth squats. I'll give you a different view here. Mike is doing a great job screwing his feet into the ground. So thinking about a tripod foot. big toe, pinky toe, and heel are on the ground as he's working through this squat. If at all we feel like there's some pain or we don't feel like we can get to depth without falling forward and getting our heels off the ground, then take a bench or a box and do the same thing. Sitting on the bench or the box, you're standing back up and repeat. We got 25 seconds. Again, your goal is to continue to move throughout this entire 60 seconds. Here's my progressed version here. I'm sitting down with a 45-pound plate. So much more difficult. You can grab this, you can hold it, however you can load this weight. Go ahead and load it. Just make sure you're keeping a tall chest because 45 pounds or even 10 pounds can throw you forward towards your toes, which we want to fight. Keep on working. We'll go 2 more reps. And last one here. Good. Just 15 seconds transition. Mike's going to find the mat. He's got push-ups for 60 seconds. So again, very similar to that mountain climber position. Our push-ups start in a high plank, and we're going to work all the way to the ground and back up. I don't care who you are, doing push-ups for 60 seconds is a booger. So hang tough, and I'll show you a couple different movements here afterwards, some progressions. 3, 2, 1, you're on, up and down. When you're doing your push-ups, think about throwing your elbows back. Elbows in line with our shoulders is no good. We don't want to do that. We want to tuck back. Think about having an arrow attached to your back. Mike's doing a great job. He's saving his shoulders. If and when we get tired, your goal is to put your hands on a bench, hands elevated. Same thing. I prefer you got 30 seconds here. I prefer you to have your hands elevated if you get tired instead of dropping to knees if you've got something around you. If you don't, drop to knees, that's your next best option. But we want to try to replicate an actual push-up by keeping our hands elevated. That'll make it a little easier for you. 15 seconds, keep on working, Mike. Mike's sweating. If you're not sweating, I'm not sure. Mike's in great shape and I got him working here. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. And good. Rest, recover. The active exercise here, again, 15-second transition, not a lot of time to recover. We are working skaters. So right side, left side, a skater. I'm jumping to my right leg. I'm landing back and forth. It's gonna be a fast pace. So if I land on my left leg, my right arm is gonna come in, my left arm's back. And then opposite when I go differently. So we'll go 60 seconds. Again, your goal is to continue to move. 3, 2, 1, you're on. Skaters, right side, left side. There you go. If we need to, if 1, we get tired, or 2, we don't feel good about our knees, then we're just gonna step. We're just gonna step right side, left side. Just keep on moving. If you wanna make it a little bit tougher, you can put a box down low, and you can step up onto that box and work back down, and then we can switch on the 30-second piece. We'll go just 30 more seconds here. Hang tough. The idea here is to get your heart rate elevated. We're looking to burn some calories inside the workout and again, endurance our muscles here. We do that by moving without a whole lot of rest in between. 15. Good job, keep on moving. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And good. 15 seconds, rest, recover. Ooh, baby. We're down to 30 seconds here. Home stretch. We got squats coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're on. Sitting down and back up. Goal is to keep on moving. I challenge you, if you've got through the 60 seconds, to grab a weight and see if you can go 30 seconds with some weight. If you don't have it, no worries. Moving your body is what we're looking to do. That's what we're looking to accomplish. We'll go another 10 seconds. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. 15 seconds. We're gonna transition back to the mat. We've got our push-ups. Good high plank position. The goal is to get all 30 seconds worth of push-ups. Pinning my elbows back, I'm not bowing them out. We'll go 3, 2, 1, you're on. Push-ups for 30. Knock it out. And again, if we can get our hands elevated, great. I'd rather you do that. If not, we can drop down to a knee and knock out these push-ups, but only if we don't have somewhere to elevate our hands. We're locking those elbows out, keeping our elbows tucked back. We'll go 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and good. Popping back up. 15 seconds is all you get. We got skaters, right side, left side. Skaters, right side, left side. If that is too easy, the skaters are too easy for you, taking just a 5-pound plate, an imaginary 5-pound plate is what I have, and I'm working, switching in my hands. We'll go 3, 2, 1, you're on. I'm switching that 5-pound plate if you've got something near you. If you don't, again, the idea is just to move your body. We can go a little bit faster if we need to be challenged. 15 seconds, keep on moving. Jump, Mike. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Home stretch. 15-second transition, almost there. We got squats. This is it, 15 seconds worth of squats. I'm gonna throw a wrinkle at you. If those of you that have done 60 and 30 and you don't have a weight near you, but you wanna make it a little bit tougher, we're gonna do pop squats this time. Out, touch. 3, 2, 1, you're on. Mike's got squats. I'm gonna show you those pop squats, touch and go. Knee and hip in line. Again, this is for those that have gotten through the 60 and the 30 that don't have weight but wanna make it a little bit tougher. What Mike is doing right here is perfectly fine. We're thinking about screwing those feet into the ground. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and good. Transition, we've got push-ups. Ooh, baby. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, you're on. Up and down. Everyone's continuously doing push-ups this entire time. Up and down for a full 15 seconds. There you go. Max out right here. See what you got. Empty the barrel. Scrape the bottom of the barrel. Burn out. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and nicely done. Pop up. Last bit here, we've got our skaters. Skaters coming up. A little bit of rest in between. We'll just go 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're on it. Skaters. Again, I challenge you to pick up the pace a little bit if you feel like you need to push yourself. Working right side, left side, we're moving. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Last bit right here. We're back on the mat. We're going to finish with 2 more minutes of abs. Let's start here. My feet are in the butterfly position. Feet are in the butterfly position, and we're going to work ab mat sit-ups. So I'm working all the way down and coming back up to my toes. If I can get there without a weight, great. If I can't, I do encourage you to find maybe a 5 or 10 pound weight, which sounds counterintuitive. Wait, it's going to be easier with weight, yes, because you're working and you've got some momentum throwing you up. So if you cannot do it, find some weight. If you don't have any weight nearby, work up as high as you can. If this is it, then I'm okay with it. We'll go 30 seconds worth of work. 3, 2, 1, you're on it. Ab mat sit-ups, coming up, touching toes. Reaching back, touching toes. Still controlling your weight as you come down. Think about laying each vertebrae down one at a time, controlled on the way back. 15 seconds. 10. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. High plank position. Similar to what we did before with our mountain climbers, only we're gonna cross climb. So Mike's right knee is going to his left elbow, his left knee is going to his right elbow. Mountain climbers, but these are cross climbers. 3, 2, 1, you're on. There you go. So as we cross, we're actually hitting more obliques here. Think about those obliques working. You're squeezing knees to elbows. Again, if we need to take a break, take a break. If you feel like you got a little left in you, go ahead and pick up the pace here. This is just 10 seconds of work. That's it. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Transitioning on our backside. 1 minute of work. We're done for the day. 1 minute of work, we're done for the day. We got leg lifts. So I'm on my back side, hands are on the ground, they could be on my chest. I've got leg lifts this time, controlled on the way down. Before we did knee tucks. This time here, we're keeping our legs straight the entire time. 3, 2, 1, you're on. So Mike's gonna show you leg lifts. His heels come almost to the ground. He's not touched them, but just before he touches, he's gonna work his way back up and repeat. He has his hands behind his head. If you need some support, again, put your hands on your back side there, and that's gonna help a little bit if your lower back's too involved. 10 seconds. Good job, Mike. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Last one here. Last one here. This is brutal. This is called a hollow rock. This is very difficult. But you guys are tough. You're waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning on quarantine, so you guys can handle it. So you're on your back side. We're gonna roll our upper back off the ground. My feet are just a couple inches off the ground and my hands are behind me. This is called a hollow rock. So think about just balancing on your tailbone. You're working forwards and backwards for 30 seconds. Very difficult movement. If we cannot do that, we can hold, just do a hollow hold. And if from there that's difficult, we can just do tabletop to heel tap. 3, 2, 1, you're on. Let's start with that hollow rock. Think about just your toes barely coming off the ground. Hands straight back behind you. It should burn. This is supposed to be the toughest one for a reason. Last bit, 20 seconds of work. If we need to, we can just hold. And then the other progression or the regression there, the modification is tabletop heel tap. Last bit, we'll go 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh-wee. Rest, recover, give yourself a round of applause. Nicely done. Like I said, this is a special group to be coming in here at 8 o'clock or coming in here, waking up in your own bedrooms or living rooms and working out. So good for you. I saw a couple pats in the back. Nicely done. I want to just finish with some breath, and then while you guys are breathing, I want to just finish with some closing news here. So find your floor. And what we're going to do is sit upright for now, and I'm gonna have you lay down. And we're gonna practice this breath. It's a box breathing, and what we're doing here is trying to get you out of sympathetic into parasympathetic, so which is your rest digest. So your sympathetic nervous system, we want to rev up when we're working. That's how we start to burn calories. That's your fight or flight. So what we're gonna do is box breathing. I want you thinking about taking a 5-second inhale. That's one side of the box. So go ahead and start there. 5, inhale. 3, 2, 1, good. Exhale is across the box. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 1. Good. Repeat 2 more times for me. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. One more time here. Inhale for 5. Big belly breath. Exhale for 5. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Getting you back on your mat or the floor, we're gonna get into a seal stretch. So your lower half is on the ground. What we're gonna do, if your body is willing, get you in this hyperextended position here. And what we're doing is stretching out our belly. We did a lot with your core today, so we want to lengthen those muscles. And again, we're breathing just like we did with the box. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Repeat. If 5 is too long, then go ahead and shorten it to 3. The idea is to keep a consistent breath and get you out of sympathetic into parasympathetic, which is your rest digest. As much as we encourage movement, we need to make sure that we get out of that sympathetic nervous system, or else we don't see any benefits from our exercise. We see less benefit. Most of the benefit comes from after working out. This is all the catalyst. This is the catalyst in building muscle or building endurance. If we're not sleeping, eating, breathing, relaxing, then it's very difficult to get any repair done to the muscles that we've hit. Good right there. Last one here. My knees are on the mat. I'm sitting my heel or my butt back towards my heels, and I'm lengthening out my hand. So you'll feel your low back if it's tight, and then you also feel your lats. You're just gonna sit back and hold. This is child's pose. Same thing, inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Let's do 2 more breaths. I want to be respectful of your time. I got you 7 minutes over. I apologize for that. A little bonus. Last breath here. And good. Another pat on your back. A round of applause. Next from my boy Mike. Thank you, Mike, for being the model.
Yeah.
We will continue to do this every Thursday at 8 o'clock, whether it be me or Mike or another trainer here on staff. We want to at least keep that 8 o'clock slot and open for feedback. If you guys want to do more times throughout the week, or if you've got other days or times that work for you, we're just trying to reach as many people as possible. I want to thank Laura again for getting this organized, because it does take a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. She's working 2 jobs right now, this being one of them. So thank you, Laura, I appreciate that. And then thank you to you guys. Again, it takes a special person to wake up and get a workout in, especially through these times. You need to start moving, and if you haven't already. So thank you guys for being here. Open for feedback. My name is Tyler Disney. This is Mike O'Connor. You can get us on Facebook or also on Instagram. I've got a handle on Instagram. So holler with some feedback, and we'll see you guys next week.